Welcome back to Low Buck Builds. In today's video, we have a 2008 F350, and we're going to fix this truck and we're going to flip this truck, so stay tuned. So just a quick walk around because I haven't done one on this truck yet. As you can see, we got that dent, but pretty much every single panel on this truck is dented up, but it's rust free. The doors all work, the tailgate works, new bumpers. I mean, it is a solid truck. It's just beat to hell. I think somebody at the railroad company that had it before me just didn't like it because it's got dents on every panel, but we're gonna fix that. But it runs good. We put a new alternator in it, haven't had any problems since. So, all right, so basically the goal of the day is to take all of these parts here and put them on this. Let me show you what I got going on here. So when the guy picked this truck up from the auction, it actually slid on the forks. They used a forklift and it smashed this corner. So I've already replaced the windshield. Next we're gonna do this fender and this hood. This grill's all beat up. This headlight's all bashed up as well. So we're gonna get that all replaced. And I also have a fender for this side. I'm not 100% on if I'm gonna do that or not. But I am going to pull it off and we're going to see what it looks like because we're going to do a manifold under there as well. So we're going to do an exhaust manifold as well. So I'm going to just pull this all out of the way. It'll make that easier and then decide which fender I want to put back on. The other one's clean. It doesn't have that mark, but it's a little smashed up underneath. So could have fitment issues. All right, so it's early morning. We're going to go ahead and get started on this. It looks like it might rain, so we might get pulled away from it. So we're going to go ahead and get the hood and the left fender off first. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery too in case it does start raining. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but it'll make me feel better. So I got my coffee. Let's get to it. So this is a truck off of Craigslist. I pulled all the parts off. I even took the headlight and the fender that still are on it in this picture. So yeah, I didn't leave nothing but pretty much a carcass. I even took the windshield as well. So if you've never taken a hood off by yourself, this is how I do it. First, have a push broom handy. Then you can remove both brackets. Just be careful to prop up the sides of the hood so they don't go into your windshield. So be careful with that part. But besides that, this is how I do it. Make sure to remove any lights or windshield wiper fluid hoses. I forgot to. So this hood's not going back on, it's damaged, so I took a little less care pulling it off. You have to be a little more careful if it's just a hood you're just pulling off and you're going to put back on the car. Alright, so we got our hood off. Next we're going to be doing this fender over here, the left-hand fender. We're going to get that off. We also get that old cowl and the wipers off as well. These fenders have 3 top bolts. They have one that's between the door. There's one down in the middle up underneath. You got to take the inner fender to get to, which is probably the hardest one of the group. You got 2 up by the front bumper, and then you got 2 up underneath the cab. All right, next we're going to have to do this light. Alright, so the next ones are kind of tricky. They're back behind this right here. You can use a regular wrench and get to them, or you gotta remove the bumper to use an impact. I'm just gonna take my time with a hand wrench and get them off because I don't want to take the bumper off. 5/16. So these bolts were truly a pain in the butt to get out. Somebody had painted the inner fenders and got paint in the threads, so they were a fight to get them out. It took me like 45 minutes just to get these 2 bolts. Next, we're going to go ahead and do these inner fender screws all the way around just to disconnect it from this fender. We're going to pull off. And then I believe we got a couple here and a couple under there and we're done. Alright, so these are 5.5 millimeter. So I am gonna have to remove the inner fender because there's one right here from up underneath here you have to get to, and then there's a couple on the bottom, and that's it. It is so humid out. All right, so all that's left are the bottom 2 bolts, and then there's actually some sticky tape in here, so we'll have to cut that, but we'll go ahead and get these bolts out first. All right, so here we go. There was actually no tape on this one, so it's been off before. But yep, she's off of there. So now I gotta do the other side, plus I gotta pull this off, and then I can junk the rest of this fender. Because I got an F350, not an F250. That's what the other fenders have on them. All right, so I'm just gonna repeat the same thing on the other side, get the other fender off. I'm not gonna drag the camera around to just kind of speed it up a little bit. So let me get this other fender off and we'll continue. All right, it took a while. This right hand side was a nightmare, but I got it off. So on this side, the reason why I took the inner fender off is because my next video is going to be doing the manifold gasket right there. So that helped me get easier access to it. Next, we'll go ahead and get the other fender prepped and get ready to get it back on the truck. I gotta steal the F350 off of this one, put it on the new one, and we'll go ahead and get the left side back together because I don't think I'm gonna do the manifold today. It's getting ready to rain, so let's get to it. All right, I set up a little work area to work on these fenders before I put them back in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this F350 decal off of this fender. Then on this fender, I gotta clean up this corner and switch the decals, of course. Oh. Just like that. Now, we gotta fix this. All right, I'm gonna start with a brush to knock off where I can't get with the grinder. All right, we'll let this dry and then we'll come back and get this installed. Before I put this fender back on, I want to check the other hinge and see. It looks like this one's dented up, so I'm gonna replace it. I do have the other hinge, so I want to do that before I put the fender back on. And also I'm gonna go ahead and replace this cowl and this wiper and stuff before I put the fender back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. As I expected, this one is dented. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this area right here is pretty flat, and on this one's smashed in, and this is turned way off for the antenna. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this and put this one in. I'm also gonna remove this old busted up cowl. In order to do that, I gotta get this windshield wiper off. So a whole bunch of stuff to just fix this corner. Alright, so we got our cowl repaired. This one does have a little crack here, but way better than it was before. We got our antenna fixed. I'm guessing there's a bolt here whenever we get the fender back on. But yeah, way better than what it was. So let's go ahead and get this left fender back on. So I took most of the day off, but you can see we got the cowl all back together real nice. And I ended up doing a couple of self-tapping because a couple of the tabs broke. This fender isn't perfect. It's got some stuff up here, but I can repair that. I couldn't repair this. It would have been way too hard. This right here I could fix. It's not going to be too hard and repaint. So next I got my new driver's side fender. And the only issue I know is this right here got beat up a little bit whenever the guy took it off. So we're going to fix that out straight. And we'll get this fender on. Plus we got to swap the F250 to the F350. So let's get to it. Alright guys, I'm going to set you guys up. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see because it's getting dark, but I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse of getting this fender back on because I got to get it done tonight. And so I worked late into the evening. But I did get it done. And the next morning we finally get to see what it looks like when it's completed. So let's check out the final results after I got all the body panels on. I had my daughter and my son help me put the hood back on. We got it nice and lined up straight. Looks great. This left side fender almost looks like new. This thing came out very nice. I also put an alternator in this truck. I had a separate video for this if you want to check it out. And I also did a low buck interior makeover video as well. Here's a couple snapshots of the damaged area before and after. And I did put a windshield in. The guy charged me $100 for the windshield off that truck. And another guy, if I helped him, only charged me $50 to put it in. So I gave him a hand. So our final tally is $3,714.60 on this truck. And on Marketplace, I'm going to ask nothing. I'm keeping this truck. I love this truck.
Have you driven it yet?
I understand that. But I mean, this is a gorgeous build.
You know, all this talk about selling this truck has made me realize more and more that it ain't going anywhere, man. I tried. Sorry, Kevin, but the bottom line is I'm keeping it.
If you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos on this truck and other projects like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next video.